Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys the 3 best ways to make money as a cowboy in Westbound. So, recently there was the 1911 update. So, there's, well, not really many more ways to make money, but anyways, we're going to go on to the first method, which actually got better with the new update because of the map expansion. So, you're going to want to spawn as Plainview. You're going to want to spawn in Plainview. And from here, you're just going to want to hunt. So I would say the best guns to use, if you're a beginner, Henry rifle, and then you can do, I'd say save up for the buffalo rifle, because this is very important for hunting. So this is like the main one you should use for hunting. So yeah, I'm just going to be using whatever guns I'm using at the time. But yeah, basically you just want to come around the region of Plainview and Coyote's Rest in like Silverton. This is like the best place to hunt like after the 1911 update, because there is a very high spawn rate of like dire wolves. Speaking of dire wolves, there's one right there. So I probably should have get closer. You kind of want them to chase you, even though it is risky. It's kind of important that they don't run away, which is kind of what's going on here, and I can't get up a hill. By the way, you don't want to put too many shots into the animal when you kill it, because that lowers the star rating of the pelt. So basically, you just want to hit only headshots with the most like minimal amount of shots you can, which is why it's important to have a high damage weapon like the buffalo rifle, because this one is about like 4 headshots like max with the sniper. No, like 4 body shots max with the sniper. So this meat I'm sure will be 3 stars. Yep. And 3-star pelt is for a dire wolf, a perfect dire wolf pelt, is $100. So that's a free $100. If you were to get 2 of those and like a couple little ones, you would already have enough money for a Henry rifle. But I'd say it's important to only hunt dire wolves and things like bears when you have either the Henry rifle or something better than that, because if you don't, you're probably just going to get killed, which is why it's important to have this right here, buffalo rifle. So there we go. This one should be 3 stars as well. Another thing, when you're in Plainview, the train also passes through, so you can watch for that on the map. So if you ever happen to see it passing through, you can just go to it, take a quick cash grab, and come back to your hunting. So that's why I think this little spot is a good area for hunting, because not only the spawn rate of like good animals, but the train also passes through pretty frequently. These are actually, the moose are actually pretty good as well. As you can see, I just one shot at 2. But I'm not really sure how much money this gives. It gives $30 for a perfect moose pelt, so that's actually pretty good. These do have a lot more health, so they're gonna take 2, I think. Yep. Remember, you should always be trying to hit the head, because the more shots, the less grade the meat will be, the less expensive it'll be. That one right there was $50 at a 3-star, so that's pretty good. All right, there we go. This pelt should be perfect as well, which it is. So wow, just 5 minutes of hunting with good weapons gives me $500. So if you're using like worse weapons, it'll probably take you around double the time. But $500 is still extremely good. That's like 2 times the price of the Henry rifle. All right, so the next method is to come over to Rust Ridge Quarry and make sure you're a cowboy. And this method is basically just mining in the quarry. So reason I like this method a lot is because it's probably, there's 2 reasons. One, you need to make sure you're always joining low servers whenever you do this. So basically when you join a server, just click ascending order and click the lowest one. But since I'm in such a low server, nobody else is going to be here. And there actually is 2 treasure chests that spawn around the quarry, so you can just grab those as well whenever you come and sell. So for example, there's this one right here. You can just quickly come up and get this chest right here. So that's, the treasure chests range from like 53 to like all the way to 100s of something. So The second chest you can find is going through the middle passage, which it is not actually the middle passage. Sorry, I think it's the right passage. If you go through the right passage, you will find another chest, which is right here. So just gonna grab that one. Unlucky, got another low amount. But yeah, so typically in the mines, the deeper you go into the mines is the better. So we're pretty deep in, and we're just gonna make sure your pickaxe is the highest level it can be. So typically what you want to start doing is you want to mine from the side and go up, because I found that the better minerals are always found at like higher levels of deeper mines. So you just want to mine the entire thing from the top and work your way down. So yeah, as you can see, I just found a sapphire and a diamond right next to each other on this pretty deep part of the cave at the top. And just for reference, a diamond is $200 and a sapphire is $80. So yeah, that's pretty good. All right, so once your inventory is full, you want to go over to your inventory, and you should have a decent assortment of minerals. But what you want to do is you want to actually drop every single copper and every single one of this one, because those are actually pretty low money and they're kind of wasting your space in your inventory, so you don't really want to sell those. I'm just going to sell that as well. Basically, you want to keep anything from silver and up in your inventory and then just go back to mining. You're just going to do the same thing over and over until you have, we got an emerald, until you have no more copper and stuff like that in your inventory, but other than things above silver or silver itself. All right, so my inventory is full again, and we do have a couple more slots that could be potentially something better, so we're gonna drop all the copper. All right, so look, now that this top layer is done, I'll show you that the more you go down, the worse your items will actually be. I don't know how this, whoa, okay. I guess I'm wrong because I just found a diamond down there, but typically for me, I always find that the higher up you are, the better the minerals are. That's just how it's been generally for me. But furthermore, the deeper you go into the mines is where you're going to find better things. So once your inventory is full, and I still have one of these little, but just for the sake of the video, I'm not going to spend my time doing that. You're going to come over here and sell all of it. And for about double the time of the hunting it took me, I got around double the money. Now, the reason I say hunting might be a little more efficient is because finding 2 diamonds like I just did right now is extremely lucky, and that typically won't happen very often. You would probably only find like 1 diamond every 1 mining session or 2, which, I mean, they're rare, but the thing is about mining, if you do find them, you can get lucky and get a bunch of diamonds, which has happened to me before. But that's a quick $800 right there for mining, and that's probably the most safest method you can do if you're in a small server, because you can always see if people are coming to steal your things on the mini-map, and you can just leave the game if you're ever threatened. But make sure they don't hit you first, though, because then you're going to be combat logged. All right, so now that hunting and mining out of the way, the last thing that you can do for money that's a good method as a cowboy would just be collecting bounties. But the reason that I think this is like the least efficient out of all of them, like depending on if you're a new player or not, is because for new players this is the most difficult one. You know, you're not going to have the best gun to take down anybody, and you got to be pretty skillful at the game to take people's bounties. All right, this is actually a pretty good server for this. So another reason it might be more difficult to find outlaws is because, I mean, you make better money in smaller servers as a cowboy. So, but basically we're just going to watch on the minimap to see where these dudes are, and seem to be going down to the train or tumbleweed. So I'm going to spawn at tumbleweed since it's the closest. Make sure my guns have a good amount of ammo, and we're just going to go hunting these dudes. So let's check out the bounty board here. This guy is $1,300 alive, which is pretty insane. Like, the person that's right over here could be him, which it's not, but we're going to kill him anyways. Slice him up. But that was not him, so. You can see the bounty over people's heads. It should be like a red money bag. So this guy must be going up to Fort Arthur. So we're going to head there right now. So we actually just sniped one right now. I'm not sure which one is the one with the higher bounty. It should be this fella right here. And I'm actually taking damage, so I'm going to get off my horse. So I don't think these guys are actually very good at the game. So I'm going to kill them both. But here we go. So that was the guy with the higher bounty, and that was $686 for that bounty. So that's very crazy. When you join low servers like this, you actually find people with very crazy bounties, just like that dude. Now, it's unfortunate that I can't get them alive because, well, to catch outlaws alive, you need to take them, you need to lasso them, and then you need to drag them to the jail at the sheriff's department, and then you'll take them in alive, which pretty much gives you double the money of if you took them in dead. But yeah, you want to make sure that you're good at PvP. Like right there, I mean, I'm just destroying these guys, but you want to make sure you're good at PvP, because if you're not, then, well, you're not going to be able to take any of these dudes, no matter if they're dead or alive. So this one, I would say, if you're a beginner, I'd say it's better to stick to mining. There we go, we hit him. I'd say it's better to stick to mining because, well, that's just the most safest, easiest method, or hunting. Well, the thing about hunting is, you know, you can still be killed by animals. I mean, it's unlucky, but it does happen. So mining, in my opinion, is the best method for me or for beginner players. So, all right, well, he actually just killed my horse, so I'm not in a good shape right now. It's fine, we still got him. So yeah, guys, making sure you're in making sure you're good at PvP is important because, well, if you can clutch up like me, like that, we got the second dude's bounty. If you can kill people like me, because I'm just so good at the game, then, well, this is the best method for you. That's a quick, pretty much $1,000 almost, just from killing these noobs that think they're good at the game because they can rob. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. I'd say the best method, for beginners, very, very beginners, is mining. Second best would be hunting, and the third would be collecting bounties. So I pretty much just made a couple $1,000s in this video just by showcasing. And yeah, see y'all in the next video.